New cars always shake up the Indian car market like any other car market, but there are a few of those that get a little extra attention from us because the promise is sometimes much larger than what that brand has brought to the market before. The Skoda Kylaq is one such car. It is highly anticipated. There is a lot of buzz around it, and with good reason, because it's the first sub 4-meter car from the brand in the country. Let's talk more about that and just how this is going to all evolve in the actual marketplace with Petr Janeba, who heads Skoda's business here in India. Peter, it's great to see you, and thank you so much for your time today. I know it's a really busy time for you.
No, thanks to you. I mean, I'm very happy to be here and share some insights of a very special day for Skoda and for Kylaq, especially today.
It's been a long time coming. I know that there's been a lot of work that's gone into this, a lot of planning as well. And of course, there's also been a lot of marketing activity for several months now in the lead up to today. You're now opening the bookings. You are looking at also doing things a little differently, I might say, because you already told us the entry price. Now you're telling us the rest of the pricing. So why was it planned so differently for this car?
Yeah, this is a really new era for Skoda in India. In our 24-year history, next year 25 years, Kylaq will be a complete game changer. Kylaq will mean for Skoda a lot because we will come closer to our customers. We will develop our network. More than 100 touch points will come now within 1 year, and we will get closer to the customers. And this can happen only thanks to Kylaq. Kylaq is the first sub 4 meter in the most inspiring segment, and we do believe that with the stunning prices and the current overwhelmed hand raiser campaign, which was running from the world premiere of 6th of November until now, where we registered over 125,000 hand raisers and over 15,000 Kylaq club members. This is really something what we did not anticipate it. So thanks a lot for all these huge run for Skoda, and we do believe most of these people who have registered either by our online platforms or came to the dealer will now study the real proposition, because today is about price, and they will go to our fair digital booking platform to put their orders down, because it's still, we have a lot of cars, but the first offer is still limited just for 33,333 potential customers booking.
So I have to ask lots of questions, of course, based on what you said. But the first thing is that I'm sure you'd like to see a lot of that initial interest converting into actual bookings. Do you have a percentage number that you anticipate?
Percentage number in terms of conversion from these hand raisers?
That's right.
Or yeah, so I do believe that from the hand raisers we definitely will have like 10% conversion, because there are a lot of people who are simply enthusiastic about the brand, but they probably don't go immediately for the booking now. Some of them will come later to the dealers, because the dealers will have their own cars for test drive, for showroom and the stock, and they will start to sell after the launch 27th of January. Until then, the journey is purely online. If anybody wants to see the car, it's mainly digital. There is one exception, which is Bharat Mobility from 18th of November. And other than that, we expect much bigger conversion from the Kylaq Club, because Kylaq Club is a very special club of very privileged members. It does not cost anything to be part of it, but the people who are getting inside the club, they get a lot of benefits in terms of more insightful content about Kylaq, a special walk around. They can even ask questions to our product gurus, and especially for booking, very important, they have priority bookings, which decrease the prepayment amount. So here I expect around 50% conversion at least, maybe even more. So sum it up, we will probably have 50% of our 33,000 booking quota fulfilled already from the current hand raiser and Kylaq Club member campaign, and the rest is about to come later. But let's see. I mean, these are all the plans. but the final decision is on the customers. So we do believe they take the best decision for themselves and for their mobility in future.
No, that's fair. And now I have to ask you, 33,333, where did that number come from? And, what are the special privileges these people will get?
Yeah, so 33,333 is a number which, if we multiply it by 3, we go to nearly 100,000 cars, and we have clients. Skoda will become now a serious local volume player in India after 25 years being here, and this is a number which we are targeting. We are still cautiously planning to reach this overall number for Skoda only in 2026, but of course our internal targets are always much more ambitious, and we do believe that Kylaq is currently the most new and the best value proposition within the sub 4 meter range. That's why we put a lot of effort to do everything right, everything fair, and create a value proposition. So once you ask what is there special for these 33,333 customers, there is one very special thing, because we have asked a lot of potential customers who were dreaming about Skoda but never bought, because we have a lot of inquiries, but not everybody is ready to convert on the current cars. And we got basically a feedback that most of the customers are still worried about the cost of ownership of Skoda. And this is something what we have repaired already with our India 2.0 range, Kylaq and Slavia, coming 3-4 years ago.
Some of that feeling remains, yes.
Yeah, but the people who did not buy and who are not driving Kylaq and Slavia, they do not understand, because we really put a lot of effort in localization, and we have local parts for local prices, and we put a lot of effort in our processes in after sales, and we are with these cars on par with competition. But not everybody knows. With Kylaq, it's even better, because the local content for the Kylaq is currently 96%. So every part will be immediately available, and all parts are 100% on par with the parts of the competition. And with the effort we did in processes in our workshop, we are total cost of ownership at par as well. Now, we want to underline this benefit to the people. So we just want to make it even more easier for them to decide when the booking is starting for embracing and booking Kylaq now. And we are offering for these 33,333 customers a very special offer of complimentary standard maintenance package, which is for first 3 years giving a customer 100% complimentary service in all the maintenance activities. No? So we have 3 years, 100,000 kilometer warranty on the car. That's why 3 years will be completely hassle-free mobility for the customer. And put it in a money perspective, we calculate it not in a 3 years, but in 5 years perspective. It would mean that customer would pay 24 paisa per kilometer with now booking Kylaq in a perspective of 5 years, which is by 50% cheaper cost per kilometer than by the average of our competitors in the sub 4 meter segment. So I think this is unbeatable value proposition, and I do believe who was still doubting about Skoda total cost of ownership, having some thoughts about European brand must be expensive, now they understand it's definitely not the case.
Well, I mean, you've got a lot of people's attention right now with that statement, I can tell you, Peter, because 3 years is compelling. And then, like you said, you've calculated the cost of 3 years free plus 2 years paid. And even then, you're saying that the per kilometer running cost would be 50% of the competition. So, sure, you'll get a lot of attention on that. Now, the most obvious thing from here is how are you going to handle the bookings, because there is an anticipation that you're going to have big numbers on your hands. It's going to be exclusively online for the first month or so?
Yeah. We try to plan it 100% online. I think it's as well fair to the customer and to the dealers, because once and honestly, we had like 20,000 inquiries on top of the hand raisers I was talking about. These are people who are coming to our network already today, and the dealers are kindly guiding them to the online platform, because it would not be fair to sell the car now. Now the dealers still did not drive the car. They cannot transfer this experience. We are preparing a big training for all our network starting 5th of January, because in December the first cars being produced, and on these cars we will be training our people for sales and after sales. And on 27th January the dealers will 100% take over, provide a test drive, provide full competition analysis and comparison, and provide the whole customer process in sales and after sales as it should be. And then we can be 100% sure everything is in place. From 2nd December in this booking period until 27th of January, it's all running online. So people can still go either online or to our dealers. Both is possible, but please respect that the dealers will as well guide you online. And we really want to keep the promise that every car which will be booked online, first booked, first served. And this is another reason why we have only 33,000 bookings limit, because we don't want to promise a very long waiting time. So with this current amount of bookings, we would be able to deliver all cars until middle of May, what I think is still a reasonable time for some of the people. But as I said, very fair approach, first comes, first served. You are booking your version, your engine, gearbox, and the color. Everything is clear. The people are putting their own credentials, including the PAN card data, paying prepayment, and they are immediately being informed about the expecting production date of their car and potential delivery. So we should really keep in touch with them the whole time they will be waiting for the car and update them. And this is something what can be only made automatic within an IT system which is connected to this digital front end, which we now offer customers to book in.
All right. You've also, of course, said that you're going to offer the entire color palette from the second variant up. That's also new for Skoda, and the colors look pretty good. I can't wait to see them in the flesh, all of them. But while I've always been partial to lava blue, I have to say, Peter, that the olive is really looking quite exciting. Any feedback on those colors so far from the kind of feelers your dealers are getting?
Yeah, so for colors, we do it really something special. I think we are not the only one, but it's a very few brands are doing something what we now did for Kylaq. Our approach in the other Skoda models in the past was different. We always value the most the customer who is taking the highest variant, so in this case Prestige, and all these customers will get all 7 colors for free available. However, if we go down, we usually in the past restrict the colors. Now we don't do it. From signature level, signature plus, all colors will be available. However, the most demanding colors, we follow the rule, lower version you take, less colors are available for free, and some additional colors you have to pay for. So for signature version, 2 colors will be for additional surcharge of 9,000. This is exactly the lava blue and black, and lava blue still for signature plus. However, the Prestige customers will get all 7 colors for free. I mean, there is one unique color which is a green one, but we call it olive green, olive gold. A lot of people could have seen it already by the world premiere, and this green color is something what we do not have such a high expectation, but it looks really exclusive. So we are like waiting for the market response, because next year is like 130 years of Skoda brand anniversary and 25 years in India anniversary. So we wanted to bring as well something more green to all the range. Once the color will be successful on Kylaq, we can probably push it as well to the other models. Once it will not be successful, it will stay forever exclusive for Kylaq. Yeah? So let's see what will be the take rate of the special green exclusive color.
I'm hoping it's high because it'll be great to see them on the road, and you're right, it kind of corresponds with Skoda, it stands for green. You just made me feel very old when you said it's 25 years of Skoda here in India next year, because it's incredible. It's been quite a run that the brand has had. I have to ask you this, the point you made about trying to control that pain point of long delivery waiting periods. After the first 33,333, once you, or let me say after 27th January, once you open this up pan-India, you have the test drive cars in the showrooms, people get to see it, feel it, experience it. How worried are you about being able to make good on a delivery promise even in the future months? As you can see, I'm already saying it's going to be a hit. Maybe that's a little presumptuous on my part, but the part I'm sort of asking is, how geared up is manufacturing? What is the kind of allocation this car gets on the line in Pune?
Okay, understood. I mean, we are entering a new segment. We have tried to do everything right. We know that the car is strong. It's really inherited a lot of things from the higher segment, from the very reliable, powerful, but still very efficient powertrain. There is some technology. It's one of the biggest car, and it's very much the same. So the whole package, I think it fits. The pricing is very much competitive, which a lot of people did not expect from Skoda. So the expectations are high, but what we cannot cross is 100,000 cars a year, because this is our heart and in terms of our production capacity in Pune, and it's as well capacity of our suppliers. What we would like to cross is 80,000. I think the worst expectation, if everything would go really wrong, and I don't see any reason why something would go wrong with the proposal, maybe only if the competition would push very much, we expect not less than 60,000 to be sold. So we are somewhere in between of these numbers. Let's see how fast the customers will embrace the car. So far the response in the hand raiser phase was overwhelming. Let us see how it's continue in the booking phase. But for me, it's very important that the people who choose this car, they will finally sit behind the steering wheel. They will take the first drive in the end of January, and they will understand what is Skoda about, and our brand promise should not be compromised. And we are really looking forward for this feedback.
So let me flip it around a little bit then. In terms of the plant, how many could you make every month? Like, what's the maximum you could churn out every month?
Yeah, we have slightly over 8,000 monthly capacity. So this is unfortunately what we have invested for when we have increased the capacity in Pune, Chakan. But if we see long-term perspective, we can do probably more, but it is not possible in short term.
All right, fair enough. A couple of quick things before we wrap up. You have, like you said, you've really gone into the market, really studied what people want, and I can see from the offering in terms of the different variants and how they are loaded, it does seem fairly well loaded. In fact, even your base or entry version has a whole lot on safety that is standard. So how are you seeing people reacting to this? That's one. And the second is, do you have a different expectation from tier 2 and tier 3 smaller towns where maybe Skoda in the past didn't really have much of a presence?
I think this car will finally bring us closer to the customer. I mean, these 100 additional sales touch points, they will finally bring us every single customer in India in the end of next year should feel Skoda is closer, not only in terms of being served from a sales perspective, but especially from the after sales perspective, what is very important for the convenience of the customers. But I do believe the Kylaq proposition works for both. So for the Metro Plus, Tier 1, Tier 2 cities, We do expect that the people, as we see it already today, they go like 90, maybe 85, but not less than 80% automatic. On the other hand, for the more rural areas in tier 3 cities, we expect like 80% will be manual and probably lower version, more affordable Kylaqs. And I think it's well balanced, the offer. So I do believe we have set up the product well, that every customer everywhere pan India will not get Skoda closer to their home, but especially closer to their potential budget, and it will fit to their expectation. Yeah? So let's see how the people will embrace it, but I do believe we have not underestimated and we have well balanced the offer.
Well, it is the fastest growing segment, and you have managed very aggressively to keep the fully loaded top version automatic price below 15 lakhs, which is really creditable. Economies of scale, was that part of the plan? And so comes the inevitable question, Peter, that few months down the line or a year down the line, is there going to be a Volkswagen version of this car?
So I start from the question number 2. I mean, everybody knows that we are producing in Pune, Czechia, and this is part of our strategy in India, sister brother Skoda VW cars. I think we are very well complementing each other. We are having different dealership. Both brands have their own DNA in the car embedded in the design. And if there would be a space for sub 4 meter VW, we would definitely support it, because this would make us as a company much more successful. When it's coming, this I cannot comment. This you have to ask Ashish.
Well, about whether potentially having that kind of sharing or volume has gone into the price calculation, because you've given us aggressive pricing.
I mean, we don't do the calculations which models are coming later, how it fits. We always do the pricing for the new cars based on customer expectation and based on competition on the market. Then what needs to be adjusted is the current ecosystem. So Kylaq as a hero car, which brings Skoda to a new volume level in India, it's definitely a car which has right to be rightly priced for the right package which we have. The value proposition must be 100% correct, and we took care about it that it's 100% correct, and we are still surprising customer with some small other benefits. Now, what probably needs to be adjusted is the rest of our offer in terms of especially Kylaq, because there will be a certain potential buyers who will think about what is in there for me while buying a Kylaq and what is there in buying a Kylaq. But I think this all will need some time and will be sorted during the booking period. So stay tuned. I mean, something within our range is coming. Whether something needs to come on our sister brother brand, I cannot comment again, but everybody is taking its own calls. Yeah.
All right, fair enough. And so last question then, Peter, the Kylaq, like you said, we'll have to wait and see how the market then reacts to that once the sister car is inside the dealership also. Both these cars, as well as the Slavia, long term, would you see a situation that all these models become profitable for Skoda in India?
Oh, okay, understand. Yeah, I mean, Kylaq and Slavia are now becoming into a second phase of the life cycle, and we are approaching the facelift range soon. That means we will have a different value proposition in 2025, and I do believe the customer will see it, because for December we are already preponing our January offers now, so stay tuned for these cars. And this is still in line with our profitability targets, where Kylaq is a big contributor overall, leveraging all the best from the platform MQB27. which is equipped for our cars, at the same point of time giving us more potentials to localize, to bring local suppliers in the game, and to make the car more affordable, still keeping the value chain not only on a supplier side but as well for us. So I think Kylaq is not a game changer just for Skoda. It's a game changer for us as Savipl, as a company. We do grow high in numbers, and this scale has bring further opportunities using the very competitive platform in a compact segment, but in the sub 4 meter segment we will bring like the best of the best. Yeah? So let's see what is the customer feedback to our proposition.
Well, it's a new chapter for you, and I want to wish you all the very best, you as well as the rest of your team. It's exciting days ahead, and as the year closes out, we are looking forward now to January when the car comes on the road as well. Thanks for your time today, Peter.
Thank you very much. Thank you for having me, and look forward to share some more figures later on when we are on the way on the booking. Thank you.
I will look forward to that. Yes, thanks again. So
Thank
that was
you.
Petr Janeba, who was speaking to us about what is coming from Skoda. It's the first entry or the first foray into the sub 4 meter space with the Kylaq. And he also talked about how the overall plan with the 3 locally made models remains one of profitability. The Slavia has been our car of the year in the past. The MQB A0iN platform has done really well for the brand. So there is a huge expectation from the Kylaq. Let's see how the market reacts.